Excellent. Dear all, welcome back. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about the 5 components of agentic AI. A handful of slides to go through, plus a few more. And then the next slide would be about the tools and framework for building agentic AI. Excellent. Let's begin. There are 5 components, goal or perception, also reasoning, memory, planning, and action. And it's important to note that this isn't necessarily an order that the flow always has to go through. It's iterative. Oftentimes it starts with memory, perhaps, and back to reasoning and goal and perception. Typically, action is the one that follows at the end. But let's delve deeper into each one of these. Perception or goals is something that we give to the system. What is it? It's understanding what needs to be done, either by perceiving the environment or a request or being given an explicit goal. Why it matters? Well, clearly stated goals mean fewer mistakes. And if the system reads the correct details, the later steps work more effectively. Some examples: a help bot that reads a customer's chat message and extracts the order number and product name from the text. So this is a notion of the perception or the goal that the system has, the agent has. Reasoning. What is it? All these slides are going to follow those 3 artifacts in here. Turning input into conclusions, figuring out what's going on, comparing options, picking a direction to achieve the goal. Why it matters? Well, it prevents knee-jerk replies, recalcitrant replies. The system responds based on evidence, not just guessing. Here's an example. After reading the order number of the perception extracted, the bot checks shipping status and decides whether it is a late delivery or a lost package. We have a little interesting exercise at the end that will showcase this in our Python. Memory. What it is, it's information the system keeps for later, like the current conversation history, user preferences, or past outcomes. We'll find out in the next section that there's long-term and short-term to memory. Why it matters? Well, it keeps context across steps so the system doesn't repeat questions and can stay consistent, something that often chatbots are amiss. Example, the bot remembers the customer's preferred refund method from a previous chat and uses it again automatically. Stateful. Planning. Well, what it is, it's laying out steps to reach a goal, breaking a task into smaller actions, putting them in order, and handling if this, then that. So you would see a lot in the code that if else's that follow up in the code. If it's late, do this. If it's item is broken, do that. Why it matters? Multi-step tasks such as booking, troubleshooting, or generating reports run reliably and complete on time. Examples: to schedule a meeting, the system plans first and checks the calendars, suggests times, confirms the choice, sends invites, sends reminders. Gosh, I certainly could use one of these in my daily to-dos. Action. This, my dear, is actually doing the work. It's calling an API, invoking an MCP. We're going to talk in depth about MCPs, Model Context Protocols, updating a record, sending an email, posting a message, or triggering a script. You can see that how the world of APIs and MCP, which might just upend the world of APIs, is super important in here. It needs to reach out to an external system and make that action happen. Why it matters? This is where results show up. Without action, everything else is just preparation. You could say without action, everything else is just a very good chatbot. Example, After confirming a late delivery, the system issues a replacement order in the commerce system, for example, and emails the new tracking link to the user. Here, we have a very interesting link in here. I have the links below that you can go to. It's in my GitHub repository. So let's just take a quick look in here. Here's a single pass of an agentic flow. No iteration, just one time, just for the sake of simplicity. And the idea behind this workflow in here is to really showcase the 5 components of agentic AI. So memory, it reads, loads user ID. I'm seeing it right over here. Preferences goes, it parses the user message. I'm seeing that right over here. That's where the perception and the goal comes in. Reasoning is down here. We'll take a look at it. I'm going to demo this for you. It looks up the order tool, order ID, classify the issue. It's a structured order, retrieves facts and determines the issue type. Is it late? Is it damaged? Planning, the action step, and the action they fall. And memory. I'm seeing an extract of the memory in here. Fetch prior preferences, and if anything, return a long-term memory. Let's take a look at this. Here it is. A single pass agentic flow. It's a beginner-friendly one. It reads our preferences, parses the message. Notice it started with memory. Decides the issue type. Is it late? Is it broken? Planning, and then takes an action. So here we have the user number 42. That'd be me. By the way, notice the email address over here at the Zoom box. That's another awesome university that I teach at WIT here in Boston. That one's in person. We actually go to, it's funny, it's in Watson Hall, and I'm teaching Watson in Watson Hall. Love that. Uh, what else do we have? So order number, the status, what items that might be. Uh, uh, we look up the order, perhaps create a replacement. So these are just stubs, really, that are making it up. Here we go. This is the memory. Fetch a long-term memory. We're using a long-term. There's long-term and short-term memory to be used in here. Find an order like this. For example, it's a toy regex free order number, and detect keywords for those issues. We have a few keywords in here. Could be late. Some synonyms, maybe delay, yesterday, not arrived, damaged, broken, and so forth. Notice I'm not connecting to any OpenAI. There are no APIs in here. There is no SDK tool in here. We're just for the sake of running through the 5 stages. In the planning stage comes in here. If late, if damaged, what to do. And let's begin our, hi, here it is. Hi, my order was supposed to arrive yesterday. Okay, so it's going to read the memory. Let's run this. So email sent to Armin Pistachian, detected, it's late. And the response would be, we botched a replacement and we'll have Jimmy Two-Face deliver it late at night. Keep the doors unlocked. Someone was watching too much of certain films way in the back. What else do we have? Uh, Last action, replacement initiated. You'll receive something someday. Let's have a little bit more fun with this. Whether it was in and it was broken. Okay, let's just for the joy of it, see if we get a different response. Please reply with photos of the damage so we can process a replacement and keep it clean. We don't want to see any paraphernalia in the background. So admittedly, the one that I have in GitHub is much cleaner than this. But here we go. I just had fun in here and just typed what it retrieved over at the planning part, the if then else section. Just for the joy of it, I thought I'd get a little chuckle out of us. All right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. So there's no external services in here. Tools called are simple stubs. The image actually is a link, and the link is downstairs. Now, here, let's take a look at just to break it up: perception, reasoning, memory, planning, action, and the loop. So the perception and the goal, it reads the user message and pulls out the useful bits: order ID, the shipping status. Moves on to reasoning, involves checking the system and deciding what the real problem is. Is it late? Is it broken? Is it lost? Memory. In here now, we're the user preferences, refund method. Do I want it sent a check, a refund to the credit card, and so forth? Planning picks the next steps to fix it. Apologize and confirm the address, offer choices, wait versus replacement. These are the various steps, the planning steps that it goes through. Action. This is where we do the actual work. Call the Commerce API, create a replacement, call the carrier API, FedEx or UPS, get a new tracking number, send an email, perhaps a chat, and update the ticket in the system. The feedback loop, customer satisfaction takes a look at that, thumbs up or thumbs down, logs the option, which option the chooser uses, so it can then reiterate and reinforce and retrain itself for the next more appropriate response. Now, it's important that this is not an ordered set of events. It's not like it always has to go through this order. This was an example just to depict those 5 instances. In our other examples that I will show, it's a loop, especially if it's a conversation between 2 agents. We have in our labs a conversation between 2 agents. We have another one, a conversation between 3 agents, and much more. You'll enjoy the labs. This is really fascinating. This book by Kyle Elderman is something that really got my attention. You may have noticed that other book over there by Dr. Brené Brown, Epic. So it was fascinating. As I was reading this, I couldn't help to think that, gosh, agentic AI, biomimicry, right? How we mimic how nature is is a reflection of how we think. I want to read this for you in here. Thoughts. We have thoughts about something. Perspective. Our thoughts shape our perspective. Interpretation. We interpret events through the lens of our perspectives. It's been said that we are meaning-making machines. that's what we are. Everything that happens, we've got to put a meaning to it. Memory. We form memories based on these experiences. Reinforcement. These memories reinforce our original thought. And the cycle continues. Take a moment at your own leisure, pause the video, and just read this little story about how it captures this. But how fascinating that thoughts, perception, perspective, goal, interpretation is the plan, experience is the action, memory, well, it's memory, and reinforcement again is the action that we do. And so true how we repeat all this. And I believe we are ready for this one, which will be the content of our next video. Super having you. Looking forward to chatting more about the tools and frameworks. And there's a lot to come in here. You'll enjoy it thoroughly. Until soon.